My name is Renee Petersen. I grew up in Cape Town. I attended CPUT and completed my national diploma in 2013. I then moved to Gauteng, where I worked for a construction company. While working for the construction company, I continued to study and complete my BTEC in transportation at UJ. I moved to an engineering consultant in Pretoria, where I continued to work and study. In 2016, I moved back to Cape Town and started working in the Southern Cape on the routine road maintenance projects for the government. In 2016, 2017, I joined YPF and I started off as my company's representative for CESA. I then joined the branch and I was nominated in 2018 to be the the Western Cape Vice Chairperson. And then I started my postgraduate diploma in engineering at Stellenbosch University. In 2018, I was then nominated to be the Western Cape Chairperson. I also volunteered to be nominated as the National Vice Chairperson for CESA YPF. I graduated in 2019 with my master's in engineering from Stellenbosch. And during the time that I was studying, I started working at SMEC. I currently still work at SMEC Consulting Engineers, and I stepped into the role as national chairperson this year when I was inaugurated in August at the Imbizo. Personally, when I'm not working, I enjoy hiking and trail running. I have developed a great respect for the mountain, and over the last year, so my weekends are normally spent on the mountain, and I also really enjoy cooking. So yeah, that's who I am in a nutshell. I never actually chose engineering. I would like to think that engineering chose me. When I was in matric, my dad asked me what I would like to study, and I said anything but accounting. And my dad actually then applied to the university for me, and he selected engineering. So I started studying in 2010, and once I started studying, I really enjoyed it, and I continued all the way to completing my master's. So, and I absolutely love working in industry. So, in my opinion, I've had women managers throughout my career. And the challenges that I experienced very early on in my career was that it was very difficult for them to mentor younger females. And I think that it had a lot to do with the fact that they had to fight so hard to get into the position that they were, into the positions that they were, seeing that it was a male-dominated industry. Only later on in my career, I actually enjoyed working with my female manager as she then took the role of mentoring me as a young woman in engineering. And I think that that is when a lot of things opened up and kind of made sense. I think that not a challenge as a woman, but I think that a challenge in general, one of my biggest challenges that I faced was that I had quite a difficult time moving from the construction space into the consulting space. So I worked in construction for about 5 years before I moved to a consultant, and mostly because when I did job interviews or applied for positions within the consulting engineering field, because I did not have any design experience, that posed as a huge challenge for me. Yes. And one of the other things that I also noticed was that having a technical degree could pose, depending on which company you work for and the people you work for, but having a technical degree has been a challenge in some instances compared to someone that had a BSc or BEng. My hopes is that the industry keeps improving, especially in the space of gender equality in all facets. I think that is very important. And although we've been moving we've been moving quite well in that direction. I think that there's a lot of room for improvement. And then also, I would love the gap between YPs and older professionals to be breached. And that skill transfer to occur, because a lot of the time we find ourselves as young professionals, there's this mid space there's like almost a missing middle, where you have the older professionals and the younger professionals. So that skills gap, and just having that, being able to communicate with the older professionals and to get the skills transfer, I think that would be one of the biggest hopes. And as my one of my goals as newly elected chairperson, I hope to contribute to that, um, bridging that gap. I would say that take your time to figure out who you want to be, and what you're passionate about, and it's okay to change your mind. If you decide to do something and it's something that you don't like, just think about it. You're going to be doing this for a very long time, maybe not the rest of your life, but you need to enjoy what you do and love what you do and make sure that it makes you happy. And you need to be comfortable with the decisions that you make. Being in the engineering industry and in the engineering field is tough. It's long hours, hard work. It's not a walk in the park. It's not easy. So I don't want to be that to be missed. And I would also say that you should love yourself first, because that's the person you'll spend the rest of your life with. So be sure that whatever decision you make, whichever route you follow, that you are happy with it, and that the aren't external influences that won't make you happy personally and professionally. And then the last thing that I would say is definitely find something that you can use as a stress reliever, that helps with mental health. And I think whether you're in engineering or any field, just having that something, for me it's hiking, so having something that gives you an outlet, because sometimes things are hectic, so you definitely need that.